So, hi everyone, I'm Natalia Radzevich, I'm from Belarus and I work at Minsk Regional Institute for Education Development. You know, I was one of the luckiest people who got some days of training about tech groups. And my task today is to find out new stars for tech leaders. So, let's see, I'll try to do it, to find a new star. So, hi everyone, how are you? Oh, we are in for summertime. But summertime is a professional development time, yeah?
Yeah.
That's why you are here. Ah, my dear, you know, everyone can call himself a star. And I am a star. Can you guess the dates, essential dates in my professional life? Asking only general questions, yes or no, yes and no questions. So, let's start from this one.
Did you graduate from university in 1990?
Yeah, exactly. I was a graduate of the university, exactly, and I got my diploma. Yeah, so you know the date I became a graduate.
Did you get familiar with British Council, I suppose?
Exactly. So it is the year 1998. I first time got my CPD course. So CPD course with British Council trainers. Yeah, great. So have you heard CPD? Do you know such a contraction?
Continuous professional development.
Continued professional development, exactly. So now, my dear, let's go further.
Did you go to America in 2002?
No, not in America. It was exactly in 2013 I was in America.
Did you start working here at this place?
2002, you see the IAT Eiffel. So,
Did you pass this test?
no, exactly. It's International Association Teachers of English as a Foreign Language. I was a participant, not a member exactly, but a participant of such a conference in New York in 2002, thanks to the British Council, you know. Okay, so let's guess this one. There are loads of conferences, of course.
Is it a period that you are working here in this institute?
Oh, how clever you are. Yes, exactly. I've been working here since 2008 and till now. So, and we still have one direction not guessed by you, yeah? So,
did you take part in the tech program in 2019?
exactly, yeah. So it was a 2-day program. First, I was one of the luckiest people who was who was trained at Minsk Linguistic University. And we got lots of new approaches, how to teach students, how to motivate students for them to be brilliant at their classes and to be perfect in English. And it was a week course. Then later, exactly 2019, I was introduced tag activities. So tag. Can you guess tag? I can only help you.
Teacher activity group.
Teacher activity group. Oh, yeah. Now, my dear, I think you are stars also in your private life and, of course, in your professional life. You've got your higher category in teaching English, and now it's high time using dates or just maybe some names of the cities essential in your professional life. So take your pen and using a separate paper or just your exercise books, draw your star with your essential dates or names, or just any actions you've got in your mind. So, my dear, you are stars, and let's ask each other genuine questions or yes/no questions, yeah? And guess what are the essential dates. But you know, exactly, I think it's high time to change the partner. Yeah, so to change the partner, because the previous workshop you were sitting next to the shoulder partner, the same face. That's why it's a necessity to find out someone with the same color of eyes. Stand up, ladies, and find someone with the same color of eyes. And
I started my professional career, I suppose. Yes, you're right.
it's high time to listen to someone speaking about her partner. So, maybe let's start with you.
So I have found out that Oksana graduated from university in the year 2004, and she has been working in many places, in different cities, but from the period from 2012 and 2019, she has been working in gymnasium number 3 in Soligorsk.
Great, yeah. So we've got some professional information about Oksana now. We know her name, and we can guess the age even, yeah.
And actually we are both from Soligorsk.
Yeah. And so, can you share the information about your partner?
Okay, Ludmila graduated university in 2008. But in 2005 she had great experience because she had a chance to visit the USA.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever been to Britain?
Yes, last year.
Last year.
It was a great
Lucky
experience.
you are.
Yeah. So maybe have you visited classes with British Council trainers?
Not yet, unfortunately, but I wish.
Yeah. Thank Thank you. Thank you, my dear. So now you've got the information about your partner, I mean professional information in CPD. Yeah, so some dates and some facts. Now, take your places, please. Teacher activity group. So to be a tag leader, so you are stars, and to be a tag leader, what essential qualities we can remember when we speak on a tag leader? I just have the word trusted, and every letter should be suggested, maybe an adjective or the expression, or so. For example, to be a tag leader, you have to be a dedicated teacher. It's mine. What about you? Yeah.
You have to be very sociable person.
Sociable for S. Sociable for S. So now, my dear, it's high time to work with your shoulder partner. Or if you are sitting alone, let it be alone. Put down trusted and think of the adjectives when we think or when we want to be a tag leader, or we would like to have such a tag leader. So essential qualities. Trusted and the abbreviations. Oh, sorry, adjectives. Adjectives, exactly. Adjectives. Trusted, and I need one person, maybe volunteer, yeah? So, writing the adjectives like columns, okay? So T, first T. Talented, okay. So talented, great. Then? Responsible. Yeah, one voice, great. Yeah, so?
Understanding.
Understanding, great, thank you. Unique even. So let's add understanding and unique. Yeah, great. So for S, sociable. Sociable.
Sophisticated.
Sophisticated. Great.
Tolerant.
And for T, tolerant. Understanding and tolerant. Yeah, it's very important. Emotional, educated, enthusiastic, great.
Devoted.
Devoted. And? Diligent. So, now, what's your name?
My name is Lena.
Where are you from?
From Belarus.
Exactly. Minsk region, I can only guess.
Yes, not very big town, not far from Minsk. It's Marinogorka.
Oh, nice to meet you. And now we can have some information about tag leaders.
So we think that tag leader should be a talented person with a lot of ideas, and he should encourage all others. And also, tag leader should be responsible, unique, sociable, and tolerant people to understand all the ideas, and maybe just to choose 1, 2, or 3. I think leaders are also well educated and emotional people, really, to involve all the others in their activities and devoted to their job, to English.
Yeah, great. Thank you. So, are you ready to become such a tag leader?
Maybe one day.
One day, why
maybe.
not?
Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, so now, my dear, I think it's high time to analyze your continuing professional development and the things you've got for development at your workplaces. So you've got papers, thank you so much. You've got papers from British Council, and I want to use this appendix also for your individual work. So you've got 2 minutes to look through the items and to choose the items you agree, you have experienced, okay? So 1 minute for you, 2 minutes, they're ticking off, yeah, ticking off. So, thank you so much, you've got your results, individual results. And it's high time to share the information and to compare the information you've got about your continuing professional development and your partner. But we, of course, have to meet a new partner. That's why stand up and find a partner with the same color of hair. So dark-haired or blondie-haired. So stand up and find a partner, please, to share the information. So can you share about school?
I have learned that my colleague participated in a study visit to another school, hosting a visit by another school.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she worked as a part of a team on designing materials, for example.
Great.
So as for me,
Would you like to be a part of a team?
Yes, I would like to be a part of it, but I'm the single teacher in my school.
Single teacher.
Yes, on the English.
So, yeah, how many students do you have usually in one class?
So it's up to 8 or even 4 pupils.
Great.
So,
but in your district, exactly what district are you from?
from Lagoz district.
Lagoz district. Great. It's next to Minsk, exactly the capital of Belarus.
Yes.
And in Lagoz, do you have an association or just a working group where you can share the ideas?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
sure. We have, and yes, we share our ideas. Well, when we gather together.
Yeah. How often do you meet?
So it's probably once in a 3 months.
Once in a 3 months. Mm-hmm. Yeah, great. So, my dear, now I think it's high time to think of the tag activities in your districts or in your schools. Maybe you've got the ideas how to organize it, and if you still are hesitating, I will try to help you to direct, to show the way. Thanks to the British Council, we've got lots of materials how to promote tech groups in Belarus.
Good morning, everyone, and I'm glad to see you. Today we have another opportunity to work together and share our ideas. And to know the topic of our today's session, let's play a game, Hangman. Do you know this game? Yes. Okay. So if you want to win, you should guess the word before a statement is completed. So begin. Let's start. Any letters?
A.
A. Yes.
P.
P. Good.
C.
C. No. C. Ahead.
E.
E for elephant.
Yes.
E. Yes. Next.
Do we have L?
L. Yes.
Two
S.
S. Good.
N.
Okay, maybe you have already know the word.
Yes.
Yes.
Planning.
Yes, lesson planning. So, and today we are going to discuss your preferences in planning a lesson. We will discuss your feelings about lesson planning, and then we will focus on the advantages of lesson planning. And to start with, look at these questions and in pairs as you sit, think and discuss your opinions and ideas. Okay?
How often do you plan your lessons?
Every time I need to plan lessons,
Okay, and now let's share your ideas. So, when do you plan your lessons?
The evening before.
The evening before.
But if I
Also.
work the second shift, it can be early morning.
Good.
But
And
usually the evening before. of course.
The evening before, okay. And how often do you plan your lessons? How often?
So it depends. For example, I can plan a whole week. So another group of series of lessons, for example, ahead. Or I can plan a whole topic according to my schedule, so the program.
Good. And what about writing? Do you write a full lesson plan or make a few notes or just simply consider it mentally? What about?
And maybe it's for me it's better to make just few ideas, keywords, instructions, not a full plan.
Not a full plan.
Yes.
Do you often write full lesson plans? Or it's a special occasion?
Usually for special occasions, yeah. In detail.
Time consuming.
Yes. About time consuming, we will speak later. And do you record your lesson plans? And if so, how? In a written form or do you print?
It also depends.
It also depends on the situation.
Yeah, I'm on the mood.
Okay, and I'm glad to hear this all because, in fact, many teachers nowadays see lesson plan as a painful chore or a straitjacket. So they believe that lesson planning has no real benefits. And now look at the screen. And these phrases some teachers use to describe lesson planning. So think, do you agree with some of these phrases describing lesson planning?
I think that as professionals, as teachers professionals, we have to consider a lesson plan as an integral part of the job. Of course, it's time consuming, but it's absolutely necessary to think about the results and to think about the actual process and to think what our students will be able to do by the end of the lesson. So of course it's really crucial.
Good. Now, I want to pair you again. So take a card. You should find your partner with the same letter but of different color and sit together. So, see, you have the same here.
Yes, the same. Good. Now, with your partners, look at the spider diagram and complete the sections with your own ideas, and also you may use these expressions. So, words in pairs.
From here makes the possible results.
So, we think that a good lesson plan or lesson planning as a process acts as an action plan for teaching. It makes the pace of the lesson quicker if we need it, of course, and it provides all the activities to go smoothly during the lesson. Also, lesson planning helps a teacher to provide motivating students. It helps reflect on your personal teaching after the lesson. So, and of course, a good planning provides active learning during the lesson. What else?
I think this lesson plan acts as a tool, and also it helps to change activities and engage students in activities.
Good job, thank you. Now it's high time to speak about stages of the lesson. Now I ask you to think about general stages of the lesson that will suit any type of a lesson. So a couple of minutes for you, okay?
What are the stages of the lesson?
About general stages.
General stages, so normally it's a warming up, a warm activity, and LED introduction to the topical context, logically sequenced activities, and a feedback.
Of course. Yes. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, do you know the difference between a warmer and a lead-in? Is there any difference between these two stages activities? How do you think?
A warm activity helps to create a warm atmosphere at the lesson, a successful atmosphere, and helps involve, engage students in the learning process. And what about lead-in? I think it's mostly about introducing the new topic.
Yes,
And speaking about the goals, the objectives for the lesson, what they will be able to do by the end of it.
Yes, a warmer gets students to talk and ready for the lesson and lead-in introduces the theme of the lesson. So a lead-in is a necessary part of the lesson. Now, why is it important to allow time for feedback? Have you got any ideas?
Of course, because when we have feedback or a kind of reflection, we can find out what were the drawbacks of the lesson, or maybe what the students have already learned, and what things are unfamiliar to them. So
this will help us to plan future lessons.
Yes.
Okay, good. And for our next activity, I want to group you. So LP, LP, LP. So let L's sit here and P's sit here, please. Given all the information we have discussed today, so please, can you answer these questions and
ideas, your own ideas to this list. Okay, so you should work in groups. Are you ready? Okay, now you can see the whole list, and please in groups compare your ideas with this list and discuss what you have written, what you have already known, what you haven't written. Okay?
So documentation and effective lesson plan should include the aim and objectives of the plan. Yeah, that's right. Also, the materials, tools that we need, or equipment that we need. That's right, okay. Also, we have to teach essential skills like writing skills, reading, speaking, listening. Of course, it should be included.
Okay, now you can define components of an effective lesson plan, and I'm sure that you are convinced now that lesson planning is an integral part of our job. And thank you for your job today, and I hope that we see you soon. See you soon.
Colleagues, I'm very glad to meet you at our today's meeting. First of all, let me remind you of the topic of our previous session. We discussed with you the necessity of making lesson plans according to the 21st century competencies, for example, creative thinking and communicative skills. In order to develop these skills, we have come up to the idea that maybe it would be a good idea to focus our attention on organizing group and team work. And we also discussed with you some theoretical issues of this topic. And today we are going to analyze this problem from practical point of view. And my first question is, what do you think? Is it beneficial for both teachers and students? And I would like to stress at the point that if we observe a lesson with team and group work, we can notice that 80% of the lesson is devoted to student speaking time, and all of them are engaged at all activities. And what are other arguments? What are your ideas? Tell me, please.
So, first of all, it saves time.
What else?
Maybe a lot of ideas.
Yes, we can collect a lot of ideas. Good. What else?
It is a less stressful situation when people communicate with their peers and pupils, not with the teacher, when it is not the schedule like teacher-pupil.
Yes, they don't worry, they're not afraid of making mistakes, that's why they will communicate more freely.
Okay, thank you very much for your ideas. It's very nice, but are there any challenges that we sometimes face during making plans and during organizing our lessons? I'd like to propose you now to think over about the main difficulties that each of us can face at making lesson plans which contain group and team work. You can have 2 minutes to discuss and then to present your ideas. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
So, great. What are your ideas?
So I think the first problem is difficulties in finding appropriate tools for organizing group work.
Okay, nice idea. And what is the reason for it?
I consider the reason for it the lack of knowledge and experience.
It's a good idea, and I shall write it on the blackboard. Lack of knowledge,
Experience.
knowledge and experience. Experience.
So maybe the second problem is low motivated students because they usually complain about boredom in the lessons.
Okay, so boredom, number one, and number two. Boredom. And what else? And
Absence of
and,
motivation.
and laziness, you said, yes? And laziness. Okay, good. And what should be done? All of you are teachers, and what should be done to overcome this problem? For example, to overcome the problem with boredom and laziness.
Maybe it would be a good idea to encourage students with interactive activities as well as to use modern technologies, for example.
Okay, nice idea. But do you agree with me that it's not a very easy question which could be resolved immediately and at once? I'd like to propose you to make it out and to maybe to fill in the table, which consists of 4 main points. The first point will be problem. We have already mentioned them, but you will choose one of them. You just only choose. Problem. The second will be reason. One reason or maybe some reasons. The next will be solution to this problem. What can you do, each of us, what we can do to overcome all these challenges? And the last point is argumentation. How could you prove your idea? So your argument or your arguments. It can't be done very quickly. That is why you will be given 4 minutes to discuss this problem. You are welcome. Okay, are you ready, my dear colleagues? So, let's look into this problem. What about the problem? What problem have you chosen?
So the first problem, I think, is low motivated students.
Okay, what are the reasons for this problem?
So the students usually feel bored in the lessons because their language level is not enough for the topic.
Of laziness, for example.
And because of the laziness.
Maybe they're afraid of making mistakes.
Great idea. Okay, and what should be done? What solution can be to this problem?
So the solution is obvious. We can use teamwork as the lessons. And team work can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Firstly, students can discuss problem and brainstorm this problem all together. And obviously, we can achieve some goals. Not some goals, we can achieve great goals. Communication, creativity, and finding the best way to solve the problem. And teachers after such kind of activity will have great self-satisfaction. And we can see that we achieve our aim at the lesson, and we can feel satisfied and we see the result of our work. And of course, the students will be motivated, and it is very important that the students will have psychological, friendly atmosphere.
Good idea. Great. And what about our key question? Why are they free to speak? Why aren't they afraid of making mistakes?
Okay, I think that students more willingly communicate if their peers, with their peers, and then they are not afraid of making a mistake. So if, for example, he or she is not sure of anything else, they can ask their classmates to help them, or, for example, the rest of the group can do it. As a result, the aim of our task will be achieved, and the psychological environment will be rather not stressful and rather friendly.
Great ideas. I can't but agree with you. And there is one thing which is left for our today's meeting. And what about practical side of this question? What ideas can you suggest for division into groups, into different groups, for example, 4, 3, maybe 5 during the lesson? What are your ideas? How to divide our students?
So you can divide students according to their hair length. So some of them have short hair, they may form or one group. So some pupils have really long hair or shoulder length hair, they may form another group, etc.
Great idea. What else?
So one more division is according to the season of their birthday. So thus we can have 4 groups: spring, summer, autumn, and winter group.
Great. What else?
Pictures. We can print pictures according to the amount, to the number of groups that we are going to have, and show the pictures to the students. Then cut the pictures, give different parts of these pictures to the pupils. They should find the exact picture, and this would be the team.
And make a puzzle.
Yes, like a puzzle.
Okay, thank you very much, my dear colleagues, for your activity, for your great ideas, and I think that we achieved the main aim of our meeting today. We managed to find out maybe some problems, and we have an attempt to solve or to find some effective ways to solve just one, not many, but just one of the problem, how to avoid boredom and laziness, thanks to team and group work. And we also suggested different ideas for division into teams. So I'm very glad with our work today and with your ideas, and I will be looking forward to our next meeting.